Welcome back, everyone, to Mona's Take. I am your host, Mona Rose, and we're here to talk about everything reality TV. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. People are acting on a whole nother level on that. So can't wait to see that karma train coming through. Choo-choo. Mood of the day. Really? You gotta give us more credit than that. Some people, buckle up, buttercup. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Well, it's been a minute. I've had some health issues going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, running tests, those sorts of things. But Big Brother has started. I cannot let it go by. So for the next few days, maybe even the next week until I figure out what's going on, I will be coming to you from my bed. Hence, no makeup, no nothing. It is what it is. This video is going to be on the challenge, however, the Challenge USA. I've been very skeptical on this only because I'm a huge challenge fan. I've watched every season MTV has put out. And I look at the players that are on the challenge versus the ones that may be on Love Island or Big Brother. And I wondered if they could step up to the plate and actually pull off some of the challenges that we've seen become staples in the MTV challenge. I have to say, the first episode, I was surprised, happily surprised. I figured the closest one's TV shows to the challenge, as far as people being able to keep up, would be Survivor and Amazing Race. Amazing Race, it's a constant, you're going. Survivor, the no food, the living on the island, and the heat and the bugs, and everything that goes along with Survivor. I thought they'll be able to handle it. But Big Brother and Love Island, I was like, I don't know. I've seen some good players come out of Big Brother, don't get me wrong. As much as some of you hate Josh, I know. I love Josh. Casey is a great athlete. Fez, he's a good athlete. I don't like his personality, but he's a good athlete. Angela, I love those players. So I was happily surprised to see that they're really not dumbing down the challenges, daily challenges, and that they're going to push some of these people probably to their edge. I want to start out by saying, any of you who watch Big Brother, how the hell did David make it on the challenge? How? We shall see where this goes. But I'm like, of all people on Big Brother that you could have pulled from, you chose David? That would not have been my number one choice. I was surprised to see the cookout kind of distancing themselves from each other. I don't know if that's a strategy going in. It may very well be. But you don't see them hanging out together. You kind of see them separating. And I don't know if it's for show, but Derek and Alyssa seem a little salty about what went down on Big Brother 23. Again, this could all be for show. They could all still be working together. We will see. The first daily challenge, while it not be as physical as some of the other challenges is, it was physical and it was mental. In the sense that you had to add and subtract and divide and multiply. It was mental that way. But it was also mental. You're 22 flights up hanging from the side of a building. I was shocked. I think everybody did as well as could be expected. Some did better than others. Ozza and Kylan came in last place. So they immediately went into elimination. Angela and Tyson got first place. So they get to pick who goes up against Kylan and Ozzy. And they bring them in and they ask them, who do you want? Who would you like to see in the elimination? Kylan and Ozzy asked for James and Shannon. Shannon doesn't even want to be here. She had a slight meltdown. Got it together, decided she does want to be there. So they asked for those two. First thing I noticed when we come into the arena is it's the pyramid with the rope. Now, those of you who don't watch the challenge, this is a normal challenge for elimination. It's where they have a pyramid, they're tied to a rope, and they weave themselves in and out of this pyramid. After 20 minutes, they change sides, and the opponents try to unweave it and get the rope out of the pyramid. And the first one to do so wins the daily challenge, or wins the elimination. We also found out that each one of them starts with $1,000 in their bank account. And TJ says that they have to have $5,000 to compete in his final. So you can win money by winning the daily challenge, which Angela and Tyson did. They both got $5,000 more. So they're both eligible. If we were to go to final tomorrow, they're eligible to run it. What that means down the line, I don't know. But also another way that you can win the money to put in your personal bank is by the eliminations. Whoever you're going up against, you beat them, you get their entire bank. So whatever they have in their bank account goes into yours. So it gets time for Angela and Tyson to say who's going to go against Kylan and Ozzy. And why they changed their mind, I'm not sure. It showed a little bit of clips going back and forth about how Shannon and James went and talked to... excuse me, sorry, I got comfortable. James and Shannon went and talked to them and kind of played their case. So I don't know if that's why Angela and Tyson changed their mind. But they went with Giovanni and Celie from Love Island. Now, I've seen Ozzy compete on Big Brother. She's not the most athletic. Kylan's usually pretty good. But I honestly thought, sizing them up, I thought that Giovanni and Celie would actually come out on top just by looking at them. They do their challenge. And Kylan and Ozzy actually pull it off. They win. And I'm like, really? I did not see that coming. I honestly didn't. I expected Ozzy to go home first. But they pulled it off. Now, I think the challenges are going to get harder and harder, and the eliminations are going to get harder and harder as we go along. But I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised with the athleticism of the folks from Love Island. I don't watch that show, don't know a lot about them. I thought these other franchises are going to walk all over them, which didn't happen. A lot of them did really well, so I was pleasantly surprised. Well, they get through with the elimination, and TJ brings out a board. Now, you know they were paired up. Normally in a challenge, if you're paired up, you stay paired up for a while. Also, in the elimination, they competed as teams. Normally, even if you're a pair and you're working the challenge together as a pair, if you go into elimination, it's usually boys against boys and girls against girls, and it's two separate heats. They didn't do that this time. So that was something that was different. But normally if you're paired up with someone, you're paired up with them, until you go to elimination and one of you gets eliminated. And then you'll be paired up with whoever didn't get eliminated. And that's how that changes. Well, TJ comes out with this board with everybody's name on it. And it just keeps randomly generating the names of everybody that's in the challenge. And he tells them that after every elimination, the board is going to pick their new teammate. So they're not going to be pairs more than once. Until it gets down to the point where they can't help but be pairs anymore. And then TJ said it would not be two times in a row. So Angela and Tyson, of course, they look at each other like crap. Because I think that team, that would be a heck of a team to try to beat if they could have stayed together. But we'll see what this challenge has in store for everybody. When I saw that, I said, holy cow. Because that makes the alliance making so much harder. If you've got an alliance, but all of a sudden you get paired up with someone that you're against, that alliance goes out the window because it's self-preservation. So we'll see how that goes in the weeks to follow. If I had to pick right now on who would win the challenge, I'm going to start and I'm going to go by franchise. So my first and favorite is Survivor. I would like to see Ben, Sarah, Danny, Ben, Sarah, Danny. I don't really care for Shane, Shannon. I don't care for her at all. So maybe Dominique. Big Brother, I like Angela. Love me some Tiffany. We don't always agree on everything, but I love her sassy attitude. I love how she plays the game. Overall, she's great. Big Brother, who else? So let's see, Tiffany, Angela. I don't want to see Xavier because he won last year. I want to see somebody new. Who do I want to see? Derek X. Go with Derek X. So Derek X, Tiffany, Angela, and I'm only going to go with 3 from Big Brother. Amazing Race, any of those 3. Any of those 3 from the Amazing Race, go to the end, I'd be happy. Love Island, I don't know enough about them. Like I said, I don't watch the show. So maybe during the season I'll update my picks a little bit. Probably when mine get voted out or get put into elimination and lose and have to go home. I'll make my changes then as usual. Thank you guys for bearing with me. These next few videos are probably going to be short and sweet. Try not to do a lot of editing because I don't really feel like getting out of bed. But it is what it is. I will get it done. So until next week for the challenge, that's all I have for you guys today. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of the first show. Do you normally watch the challenge on MTV? How do you feel about this CBS version versus the MTV version? Let me know. And as always, you guys have a great night and much love.